Hey folks, this is Vent with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Eximius Seize the Frontline. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $30, though there are some DLC packs that you can download. Weapons of War, the Hardened, the Unseen, for example, you can get those for $5 each. There's also a premium edition. So, what is this game? Well, it's a first-person shooter slash real-time strategy hybrid. It takes me back to my Battlefield 2 days where, you're trying to capture certain objectives on the map. This game isn't a clone of Battlefield, however. In Battlefield 2, it was strictly control these points in order to, have your points trickle over time and get enough to win the game. This game is a bit different because it also introduces that real-time strategy element to where you've got a total of 5 people on your team and 5 people on the enemy team. Bots will fill those spaces, at least in the offline mode. I've not tried online yet, nor do I care to. It's just not my playstyle. But ideally, it's a 5v5 situation. There are going to be 4 officers and 1 commander. The commander will have access to the real-time strategy element. I think Battlefield 2142, possibly even Battlefield 2, may have had something similar. It's been a while. But I do remember that a commander unit had more abilities in those games than the regular people did. And in this game, as the commander, you have some base building. So you can put down power stations so that you get power trickling in over time, and power is one of the resources that you'll need in order to buy things. There's also money income that you'll be capturing certain points, and you'll be earning money in doing so, and money will trickle in over time. There's also ammunition that you can gain over time, again, just by capturing different points. Reminds me a little bit of, say, Company of Heroes, where you've got different points on the map, and you control these particular points to get the resource that you need. So this isn't bad, but when I was playing it, I was like, okay, this needs address, this needs address, this needs address. And then I look at the Steam store page. Oh, it's not an early access. I thought it was an early access. It should be an early access, in my opinion. I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of a real-time strategy first-person shooter hybrid, and I do like the fact that there are bots associated with it. But I do have a number of complaints. First and foremost, the tutorial. I couldn't stick with it long enough to get to the parts I wanted to learn about. Like, it was a scripted, okay, get through this obstacle course, says the trooper. Okay, shoot these targets. Like, I've played a gazillion first-person shooters. I know how to do that. Tell me what I need to know about the commander, how to base build, and all that jazz. I want to know about that. So what I would like is the tutorial broken up into sections, and then me being able to choose what I want to learn, rather than being forced through things I already know how to do from prior experience. So that's one thing I didn't like. Also, the AI seems a bit borked. I don't know what the deal is, but as the commander, I was trying to get the AI bot-controlled officers to go to a particular point, and they would not cooperate. I would left-click on them, then right-click on the spot, they wouldn't go. There is an attack order, defend order, I tried those. Sometimes they would do it, sometimes they wouldn't. I even assigned them troops that I was training. Like, you can train troops at your base, and then you can assign them to officers, which is a cool idea. Again, really cool ideas. And then you order them out. But the bots are like, I don't know what they were doing. Around mid-game, I had 2 officer bots going back and forth in my base. No matter how many times I told them to do something, they would run forward, shoot at the wall of my base, and then run back. Like, there was an enemy that they were hung up on that they couldn't reach or something. But there was no one around my base, so I don't know what the deal was. So, and when I built a mobile defense platform, they're like laser defense platforms that you can move around, then plant, and then they defend an area. It wouldn't leave the base. Like, for whatever reason, there was this invisible wall, and it wouldn't leave the base. So I'm like, well, my other turrets did, my mobile turrets did, but why is this one stuck in my base? Why can't I get it to leave? So like I said, the AI appears to be borked in some situations, and it just doesn't cooperate. It's very annoying. There are multiple difficulty modes. and especially in the offline mode, there's easy, medium, hard, and so on. But even on easy, it's very challenging, and there's no way for a new player to really get the time they need to really practice without getting their butt kicked. So I that's another complaint that I have. I think the easy mode is too difficult for newcomers. I lost 3 times before I actually had the opportunity to maintain with the enemy AI because I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, I mean, I think the difficulty scaling is off. I think that easy should, instead of the AI being so aggressive on easy, give the player time to go out and do things. Maybe the enemy captures 1 or 2 things here and there, but for the most part is primarily defensive in nature. That gives the player, a new player, a chance to go out. Okay, I'm going to build this unit next, see what it does. I'm going to build this building next, see what it does. Oh, I can build this research module and upgrade this. But as a new player, when you're constantly under fire, constantly trying to get your officers to cooperate, eventually I just ignored the officers and just sent the unit straight out to where they were. I eliminated the middleman officers and just sent my units out to where I wanted them to go. I micromanaged a bit more doing that, but it worked better than trying to get officers to cooperate. So anyway, I just think the easy AI is a bit too aggressive and needs to be toned back a bit. So I go back to what I said earlier. I'm surprised that this game still is in early access. I think it still needs to be early access. There's a number of AI things that just aren't working right. Things that it's just buggy, and I mean the idea is wonderful. I love it. I like the idea that, okay, even as a commander, I can switch to first-person shooter mode, go in there, shoot some stuff. You can even call down these battle suit pods, and you can equip these pods to give yourselves different abilities for yourself and your officers as the commander. That's really cool. I like that. And even before the match begins, you can choose between different factions, and you can specialize in a particular type of units. Like in Command and Conquer 0 Hour, for example, you got to choose different sub-factions of USA or sub-factions of China, like the Laser General, for example, for USA. This game is something similar to that. So, like, all of that is great. The ideas, wonderful. Love them. The execution, The balance, Just, that still needs some work. So, as of right now, for $30, I would wait for a sale. If the AI worked flawlessly and I didn't have as much trouble with the AI, I would recommend it in a heartbeat. But as it stands, some parts frustrated me. And again, that whole forced tutorial thing. Also, you don't earn progression in offline mode. Like, you can customize your character's call sign and your look and all that stuff. But in order to actually earn those points, you have to play online. That's BS. I think that I hate being forced to play online with other people. I'm sorry. I'm not that social. I would have preferred to be able to earn these things offline and online as I see fit. So that's another negative check mark on my list. But if this looks interesting to you, then by all means pick it up. But like I said, the AI suffers for some issues. The easy AI difficulty is not so easy, and there's a learning curve. So just be warned of that. So, do I recommend it? Yes, but for a cheaper price than what it is now. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.